What if I told you that one of Middle-earth's most beloved characters has been hiding secrets that could completely change how you see the entire Lord of the Rings saga? Today we're diving deep into the untold stories of Gimli, son of Gloin, and trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at this fierce dwarf warrior the same way again. Most fans know Gimli as the axe-wielding member of the Fellowship, the dwarf who developed an unlikely friendship with Legolas, and the brave warrior who helped save Middle-earth. But what you probably don't know are the incredible stories that shaped him long before he ever set foot in Rivendell. These tales reveal a complex character whose personal journey mirrors the entire history of the Dwarven people, and they're absolutely fascinating. Well, let's start with something that will blow your mind. Gimli wasn't just any random dwarf chosen for the Fellowship. His bloodline carries one of the most significant legacies in Dwarven history, and it all traces back to events that happened decades before the War of the Ring. You see, Gimli's father Gloin wasn't just a member of Thorin's company who helped reclaim Erebor from Smaug. He became one of the most influential dwarves in Middle-earth, and this shaped everything about how Gimli was raised and trained. After the Battle of Five Armies, when most people think the story of Erebor ends, that's actually when the real work began. Gloin became instrumental in rebuilding the Lonely Mountain, but more importantly, he was tasked with maintaining the delicate relationships between the various Dwarven clans scattered across Middle-earth. This meant young Gimli grew up not in isolation, but as part of a network of Dwarven communities that most outsiders never knew existed. Here's where it gets really interesting. During Gimli's youth, there was a secret crisis brewing in the Dwarven world that threatened to tear apart their entire civilization. Different clans were discovering conflicting information about their origins, and some were even questioning the traditional stories about their creation by Aule. Gimli witnessed firsthand the political negotiations and cultural debates that kept the Dwarven people united during this turbulent time. But perhaps the most remarkable untold story involves Gimli's early encounter with the concept of friendship across racial lines. Long before he met Legolas, Gimli had developed an unusual relationship with a group of men from Dale. This happened when he was barely past his coming of age, and it involved a dangerous mission to recover stolen Dwarven artifacts from a group of bandits hiding in the Grey Mountains. The mission went wrong in every possible way. Gimli and his Dwarven companions found themselves trapped in a cave system, facing not just the bandits but also a pack of wargs that had been drawn to the area. It was a group of human rangers from Dale who risked their lives to help the dwarves escape. This experience taught young Gimli that courage and honor weren't exclusive to his own people, planting the seeds for the open-mindedness he would later show toward his Fellowship companions. What makes this story even more compelling is how it connects to larger themes in Tolkien's work. The artifacts they were trying to recover weren't just valuable objects, they were pieces of Dwarven history that contained genealogical records. These records held the key to understanding which Dwarven families had legitimate claims to various mining rights and territorial disputes. The theft wasn't random, it was a calculated attempt to destabilize Dwarven society by erasing their historical connections to the land of sea stops. This brings us to another incredible aspect of Gimli's background that most fans never consider. He wasn't just a warrior, he was also trained as a keeper of Dwarven oral traditions. This means he carried in his memory thousands of stories, songs, and historical accounts that had been passed down through generations. When he joined the Fellowship, he brought with him an encyclopedia of knowledge about Middle-earth that proved invaluable during their journey. Think about this for a moment. When the Fellowship was trying to navigate through various regions, Gimli often knew alternative routes, safe passages, and historical context that helped guide their decisions. His knowledge wasn't just about Dwarven territories, it extended to understanding the geological features of Middle-earth in ways that complemented Gandalf's magical insights and Aragorn's ranger skills. One of the most touching untold stories involves Gimli's relationship with his mother, Dis. She was Thorin's sister and one of the few Dwarven women mentioned in Tolkien's works. Dis raised Gimli with stories not just of Dwarven glory, but of Dwarven tragedy and resilience. She taught him that true strength came not from never falling, but from getting back up every time you were knocked down. These lessons became crucial during the Fellowship's darkest moments. When hope seemed lost, when the group was fracturing under pressure, Gimli drew upon his mother's teachings about endurance and perseverance. His unwavering loyalty wasn't just stubbornness, it was a manifestation of deeply ingrained values about standing by your chosen family, no matter what challenges arise. Here's something that will completely change how you view the friendship between Gimli and Legolas. Their initial hostility wasn't just about ancient grudges between elves and dwarves. Gimli had grown up hearing specific stories about elven arrogance and betrayal that had deeply personal connections to his family's history. Working through those prejudices required him to confront not just general cultural biases, but specific painful memories that had shaped his worldview. The evolution of their friendship represents something profound about the nature of personal growth and redemption. Gimli didn't just learn to tolerate Legolas, he discovered that his preconceptions had been limiting his understanding of the world. This realization opened him up to experiences and perspectives that ultimately made him a wiser and more complete person. What's absolutely remarkable is how Gimli's character development continues after the main events of The Lord of the Rings. His decision to eventually sail to the Undying Lands represents the culmination of a spiritual journey that began with those early experiences of cross-cultural friendship. He became the first and only dwarf to receive this honor, which speaks to the profound transformation he underwent throughout his adventures. This transformation wasn't accidental or sudden. It was the result of a lifetime of experiences that taught him to look beyond surface differences and recognize the fundamental values that connect all free peoples of Middle-earth. His story demonstrates that personal growth requires not just courage in battle, but the willingness to challenge your own assumptions and open your heart to new possibilities. The legacy of Gimli extends far beyond his individual story. He represents the possibility of healing ancient wounds through personal relationships and mutual respect. His journey shows us that even the deepest cultural divisions can be overcome when individuals choose to see each other as complete persons, rather than representatives of their respective groups. These untold stories of Gimli reveal a character of remarkable depth and complexity whose personal journey enriches our understanding of Middle-earth's themes of friendship, redemption, and hope. Next time you watch or read about his adventures, remember that behind every brave deed and loyal gesture lies a rich history of experiences that shaped one of fantasy literature's most beloved characters. What other Middle-earth characters do you think have untold stories worth exploring? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into Tolkien's incredible universe.